Alright, so Huniepop 2 Double Date will be dropping in a few hours time, and I am super hyped. But before it drops, I just want to make a quick theory video on who the secret characters for this game might be. So yes, let's just get into this. No cap, no flex or anything, but I'm pretty confident in my theory. But before we get into the Huniepop 2 things, let's just take a quick look back at Huniepop 1. So back in Huniepop 1, you could date a total of 12 girls. 4 of them which are secret characters: Momo the cat, Celeste the alien, Q the love fairy, and at the end you can date Venus the love goddess. So 12 characters. Alright, so how about Huniepop 2, right? So far, the 10 characters have been revealed for this game. Well, it's been confirmed that Mr. Huniepop set a goal of 12 girls, not counting your favorite love fairy, of course. So, right off the bat, 12 characters. That is a lot of characters, alright? You're basically getting more characters in this game than the total cast of Huniepop 1. So that's definitely a good thing. I ain't complaining, you ain't see me complaining, right? But by the wording, it also feels that he's probably not gonna add a lot of secret characters this time around. So I feel that there's only gonna be one set of secret characters, which will be the Nymphogeon. But hey, if he wants to throw in a surprise, I ain't complaining, okay? I ain't complaining. Alright, so talking more about Huniepop 2, let's quickly dive into the theme of Huniepop 2, which is tropical islands. Now, this is from the Steam page itself. Explore the exotic island of Ina di Puna with over 20 touristic tropical locations to visit, and a sweeping soundtrack inspired by a mix of seaside styles including Hawaiian, Caribbean, and classic American surf rock. So pretty. Oh, by the way, I did went to Google what Ine di Puna would be, but you don't really get a concrete result, so just for your curiosity. Alright, so when you think tropical islands, for me, 2 things come to mind straight away. You got the Hawaiians and the Maldives. These are just the big famous tropical islands tourist spots. And my theory is mainly involving the first tourist spot, Hawaii. Alright, so the theory I have come to is that the 2 Nymphogeons are actually the Hawaiian goddess of fire, Pele, as well as the Hawaiian goddess of ice, Poliahu. Now, quick Google search. Pele is the goddess of volcanoes, fire, and lightning, and she is said to have created the Hawaiian Islands and is a sacred primordial force. While Poliahu, her arch rival, is the goddess of snow and ice and is a legendary daughter of Wakea. I do not know who that is, but yes, this is my groundbreaking theory. I believe that these are the 2 secret characters. And you know what? I'm willing to back this up, right? So why I think this way? First of all, Hawaii. So yeah, you gotta have a Hawaiian goddess, right? Actually, originally I was thinking along the lines of the Hawaiian goddess of love, which would be Laka, the goddess of fertility and reproduction. But the thing is, they already had Venus, which is basically supposed to be the goddess of love and beauty in the first game. So I feel that if they bring something similar back here, I don't know, I feel it might be a bit boring. But you know what, even if it's Laka, you know what, I won't complain either. But I think, arch rivals, I feel like it'll fit the theme really well, right? It's a double date after all. And actually, I had this theory already, but I had it in the Huniepop 1 mindset, as in, if he was to pick a goddess to put in the game, which one would he pick? Would he pick the fiery girl, to make this game more spicy? Or, you want to cool the game down a bit, maybe go for Poliahu. But, Mr. Huniepop, he thought ahead. You don't need to choose with Huniepop 2, you get both of them. And I think it would be pretty fun to see if, arch rivals, come on. It's work. It feels like it's all coming together, double date, 2 arch rivals. It's just, honestly, it just feels like it's supposed to be. However, if Ine di Puna is not based off of Hawaii, and is instead based off the Maldives, well, then my whole theory goes to rot, because honestly, I have no idea about anything related to Hinduism. All I know is that I just did a quick Google search, and there are three goddesses, the main goddesses in Hinduism, which would be the Tridevi, which are Saraswati, Lakshmi, and Parvati. I hope I pronounced those names correctly. And I assume that the people in Maldives worship them, but I'm not very familiar with the Maldives culture as well. And I feel that, three goddesses, it doesn't really fit the two theme. Maybe in Huniepop 3 you could experiment with that. But it feels a bit odd to have. Oh wait, go back to the Steam page. Yeah, it already has Hawaiian in the name, so like, you know. Alright, so you guys may be thinking that I left out a pretty big detail pertaining to the Huniepop 2 teaser trailer that was released a year and a plus back. I don't really remember the exact date, but it brings up some pretty big lore in the Huniepop universe, right? And it kind of contradicts a lot of what I just said. So I took a couple of screenshots of the video, and I can basically it's about two giant women, which I assume are the Nymphogenians, right? And there's a lot of stars in the background with the planet Saturn, I think. And so it basically shows them in outer space, and there are a lot of words that are being used which is related to space, such as cosmos, cosmic, and like galaxy, I think. So these basically point to the Nymphogenians being aliens. They're out of this world, so not exactly the goddesses that I had in mind. But like, hey, if my first theory did not work out, then I guess my second theory would be closer. So my second theory is you get to date Celeste and her space alien sister. Both is a win. Honestly, the Hawaiian goddesses or the alien sisters, you know what? I'll take anything at this point. So yeah, that's about it. And it's just a fun video I thought of making. And if by chance I actually guessed the secret characters correctly, I'm definitely putting this down in my portfolio in the future. But if I don't guess it correctly, it's no big deal. Yeah, I'm just really excited for this game though.